Hello there, beautiful Capricorns. Welcome to your reading. Happy Capricorn month. We are in the month of December. Today is December 23, so it's officially Capricorn season. Yay, Capricorns. So this is going to be a no contact reading, okay? Everything you need to know with regard to this no contact situation. All right, I'll focus on the energies that come through towards you. So it's the energy that's pulling you in. All right, this is the person we'll be talking about. If you are a returning subscriber, returning viewer, thank you so much. I sincerely love and appreciate you all so much for supporting my channel. And also, if you're a new viewer, new to the channel, welcome. I do variety style readings on this channel, and yeah, so, and I'm still getting started here on YouTube. So if you enjoyed tarot, like the video, subscribe. Everybody is welcome here. This is an open welcome space for anyone and everyone. So just take the messages as they resonate. Keep in mind, you know, they are very general readings. Everybody is welcome to chat in the comments if you'd like. Let me know what's going on with you or whatever it is you want to vent about. You are absolutely welcome to do so as well. So that's kind of the gist of everything and where things are with me and the channel. Let's pull in some more cards here and dive right right in. I have been trying to start this reading for about 2 hours, and then I forgot it's Monday for some reason, and there was the what do you call it, the lawn mowing outside the community was was blaring for the past 2 hours. I'm just sitting here like, what am I supposed to do with my time? So we also are gonna start off with secrets. Okay, so let me take a look here, make sure we can see everything before I get started. Something I usually forget to do, and halfway through I'm like, oh no, let me fix my camera angle. I've done it so many times, so this time we just do what we gotta do. Make sure you got everything within view for you. All right. And yes, I'm very kind of weird with things, so it's okay though. It's okay. We are who we are, right? All right, so let me go ahead and okay all of this before I mess it up. Hit the wrong button. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the heck is going on here, because we have habits, disagreements, space, unworthy. All right, I kind of want to dig in into this, and we also have secrets. All right, so I feel like, you know, with habits, it says here, I don't know if if I will ever change. And I feel like this is somebody here that maybe, you know, during whatever relationship time frame you had with, you know, whenever you were in a relationship with this person may have kind of been set in their own ways, you know, like they are just stuck in their own habits, not, you know, not like intending on changing, resisting to change something, or even just grow the relationship. It was just kind of like very like in a place of just like right there. And you know, they could have had also bad habits, problematic anger issues, drinking issues, problems with the law, stuff like that. So while they want to kind of have that connection where they, you know, want to hold something out to you, and their habits, the things that they're hanging on to, negative attachments, and all that stuff in between, it's just not, they're not in a place where they're awakening or have or had realized or even cared to fix that those changes are impacting people around them. Okay, so I feel like there could be, again, it's so interesting because we have the Queen of Wands here, but I'll get into it in a second. But there's like a lot of like doubt with this energy. I feel like this is somebody that's very doubtful, reluctant to like transform. Maybe they don't necessarily see things the way you see things with them at the time, Capricorn. So there's a possibility, you know, this is something with their habits and their doubts. You know, right now we're no contact, so whatever habits, whatever their doubts, whatever issues they kind of thrown through and anchored at, you know, through to anchor the relationship or resisted, you know, they're like, you know, it's like meant to be for them to kind of figure out, you know, become like kind of aware of on their own. Okay, and it means basically this is somebody that, you know, interestingly, we have the Hermit, but somebody that could also kind of withdraw to kind of do like the whole introspection thing and kind of um still have those habits. So like even if they feel like they needed to kind of like for whatever reason, break up, detach, whatever reasons that those habits that they were saying they needed to go work on, they're not working on. They're not doing any of that. Okay, so we got disagreements. It says here, I wish you understood how I feel. I feel like this is more about like communication issues and misunderstandings or lack of, this is somebody that may have had strong feelings for you to some degree, or did kind of, want to have a connection, but there could be other things, hindrances pulling them away. But I also feel like, there could be like a lack of emotional expression on their part. So while like you're together and everything, right? You're together and everything, but look how apart you're sitting and all that stuff. So it's kind of like, just I guess not seeing things eye to eye, but it could also deal with their habits because, they're very convinced in what they know, and like they're, what they believe is, it doesn't matter if it's like about anything. It doesn't have to be a specific topic or a situation. They're very kind of stuck in a habit. Okay, it could be like very kind of military based kind of approach. I'm talking like the hardcore ones, not just like somebody that's military and cool. I'm not saying, but I'm talking like more coming from a very rigid mind. All right, like just absolutes and so in some things. So it makes it hard to kind of actually try to want to engage them. I feel like this is somebody that still feels like they wish they could be understood, but I feel like they feel like that with anybody because it always comes back to that. But the irony is, instead of changing, they're like, well, it's more like they're looking for someone that will find them acceptable for who they are, and they can like continue to be whoever and however. And if that means they found their blissful person, or if that means that they found somebody who they're going to go through their narcissism on, then it's unfortunate. But they're not seeking somebody that wants the changes, but they get told, or relationships with this person kind of always ends up in some way. So that's like a pattern that they have, I feel. In terms of space, this is somebody that, said, I need more time to think and all this stuff. This is somebody that's always wanted personal space because they have specific habits and things that they wanted to do. They didn't want to change their ways. They didn't want ultimatums. They didn't want to make concessions. It's almost somebody that wanted to fit you in whenever, I feel like we could be dealing with some narcissist. I hate saying this a lot, but narcissism can kind of come in a lot of ways and styles, and it could just literally be from love bombing to gaslighting to like something in between without you even realizing. So this is somebody that's always, I feel like, perhaps was in a place where if you doubted like how much they cared about you or whatever, I feel like they kind of said what they needed to say for the present because they didn't have like a long-term follow through on things, so they weren't going to be held accountable. Or whenever it was time to be accountable, or whenever it was time, they would kind of rotate, like run, chase, or put you in some type of a cycle, okay, like a blackout cycle. So this is somebody that, I feel like, first of all, they are indeed unworthy of you, Capricorn, but we're talking about them and how they're coming through, and it says, you're a better person than I am. So, it feels like, this is an energy that, not because they didn't deserve you, Capricorn, but, you probably were very kind of, you didn't need them. Okay. So this narcissistic style, approach, or manipulation, whatever they are, kind of, without you realizing, Capricorn, I feel like it backfired on them because your energy was not picking up on, it was not playing that frequency, like it was not on that level. So it was more like you graduated from that, like you're able to sense, or even if you didn't sense, you literally were in a place where you were guided and protected anyway. So you were kind of like all their habits and mannerisms, you were kind of like looking through them. It feels like, Capricorn, you weren't like tuned out, you were paying attention. It's just that what they were trying to put you through was not going to work on you. So, and I feel like they find you kind of like a little bit like better, like in that term, like I feel like they almost feel like they have to kind of be at your level or stronger. And it feels like that's one place where they weren't strong, and it kind of can knock somebody, especially a narcissistic person or a selfish person or somebody that has a lot of issues with, what do you call it? What is it, like grandiosity, like the delusions and things. Like if somebody's like sees themselves like all the way up on, yeah, that could really knock somebody's ego out. And it's really kind of sad, especially if you notice it from like this perspective, from the lens when you're like the observer. It kind of is weird. So it's one of those pack up and run sometimes, energies that's that may have played out. And this is somebody that's lied. They've lied. They haven't told you everything. They haven't told you everything. Even if they try to play it as, oh, I haven't told you everything about my life or feelings, it's not that much. When we're looking at all these things, I feel like it centers on their like selfish needs. Okay, so this could be like somebody that does not want to tell you something out of fear of exposure, because narcissists hate to be exposed. They absolutely hate it. They will show up to everything. They will show up when they're not even invited. They will act like, you know, they're like known. I mean, literally, they're based on clout. And when it comes to that, I feel like in terms of like secrets, this is somebody that oversells themselves, or really kind of just kind of were not, they were all talk and no action. Okay, so so here's like their actual energy popping in for you, and this is where their mind is overall in terms of like where things left at with this no contact. All right, it feels like, you know, it's somebody here might want to share some of the secret with you, or see, you know, like kind of maybe keep it hidden. We don't know, but it's like they kind of, it feels like whenever you're ready to kind of call them out or ask them like sincere like truth, like a truth or lie question, they kind of throw their tantrums. Okay, so I feel like this is somebody that's very very kind of withdrawn. All right, and they won't be the one that will have the clarity. You know, they won't see it. They won't see this problem like that. All right, so this is all a reflection of who they are and their habits right now. And I feel like for a lot of you, you know, there's a lot of secrets this person carries. Like there's a strong weight of it, very strong. All right, so I just wanted to give you a little in depth. You know, sometimes I do readings where I pull like a lot of different cards. So like 6, 7 different style cards, but this reading is just 2 cards, 2 different decks, I should say. So yeah, just give you a little extra here. So let's get into this Queen of Wands. Okay, so I might timestamp Oracle versus Tarot if you want to skip or something. I haven't decided though. I'm just thinking about it, but we'll see. Your Queen of Wands here in the reverse. I feel like this person, your ex, they're very insecure. Okay, they're coming across very, very insecure. They lack confidence. I feel like um, they feel very competitive. Okay, so it's like you're a little above their league here. So they come across as though like they can't be like coming across as though somebody is better than them. Sincerely, it feels like they come across that way. It's more like in their own ego and head quite a bit. All right, so Queen of Wands here, I feel like we're dealing with Aries, or could be some Pisces energy in this person's chart somewhere. All right, so and their current energy right now, I feel like, you know, there could be things where they're like still in their ego. Okay, they're really coming through in their ego, and it feels like they have to prove themselves or they have to dominate something. Okay, so like, so for them, you know, whatever it is that kind of puts you in a place where they feel like they're dominating, it's wild and crazy, but we might be dealing with somebody that's a little too much. Okay, like I said, there could be additional like issues here. This person in their head a little too much. So let's just be serious about that part. Okay, let's not pretend. I feel like, you know, there could be again. Um, this is somebody, I feel like you reject their energy. Okay, you really do reject their energy. So there's a current withdrawal from the situation. Okay, as they're coming into this energy, they're not in a place where they're energetically pursuing anything active at this time. Okay, so let's check in with them some more. So the Page of Swords here for what their current thoughts are about this no contact. Okay, that's one question I'm asking this card. I feel like, you know, there's a little curiosity with this person, maybe kind of gathering information, spying, looking you up, trying to find you online if you don't have them blocked, trying to keep up with you somehow. There's a little bit of a mental activity versus action here, because the Wands is a card of action. This is more what's on the mind. Okay, so there's a little mental flicker here that goes on about you. But I feel like, you know, for them it's more like it could be more on the kind of lighter side of things, maybe just like thinking that, not necessarily thinking about acting towards something, but more acting on like thinking about the actions of the past between the two of you, like maybe even laughing about some of the arguments or something like that. I feel like I want to use the word Capricorn that they're a little kind of too mentally uh censor, like they're, I don't want to use mean words. I don't want to be mean. They could be on the paranoid side. Actually, that's not a word, but a mean thing. They could be a little bit more on the paranoid side of things. So, this is somebody that could replay, instead of replay good times, they could be replaying the arguments and saying where they went wrong or something. So sorry, but they come across too in their head a little bit here, okay? I feel like there's a scattered process with this person in terms of their thoughts about you, okay? But that's because they try to manipulate something here. Maybe even the narrative, Capricorn, about your breakup. Maybe they tell people stuff that's not true about the breakup or the reason. So this is somebody that's in the head a little too strong, to be honest. The Chariot's showing up here in the reverse. Their actual feelings, your ex's feelings towards you currently. So, there's a loss of control with you. Again, it feels like I said, I picked it up earlier, honestly. This is somebody that won the fight or the battle. Okay, so they may be fighting, but they're trying to literally, that you are like, you live rent free in their head a lot. Okay, but a lot of it has to do with how they could have, done better or won the fight, so to speak. All right, so there's somebody here. I feel like this person feels like a lot of regret for not getting the outcome he wanted with you, Capricorn. You won something. You knocked them down, you knocked them off, you rejected, resisted, divorced, moved out, separated, broke up, ghosted. You ended up taking a final step where this person got crushed. All right, so they're kind of like, in terms of like how they're feeling in relationship and things like that, their ego is very, very busted up right now. All right, so I feel like this is somebody that still is in a place where they have like they don't have like a lot of direction when it comes to their feelings for you, because they're again in their destructive side of things, where they're kind of angry, maybe still upset, in terms of like, just they want to win you or have you back or just put you through something, and it's just the universe is kicking them off all over the place, mopping the floor with them. So sorry, but it's a little rough. All right, so this is somebody that still wants to kind of one up you somehow, or plotting to come back at some point when maybe least expect, you think everything's been good and well or whatever, and because they're having a hard time letting go of something. Okay, so they're showing signs of narcissism with that behavior. I'm not gonna lie to you here, because the breakup is affecting their self-image. All right, or control over the situation. It's very, 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 very plausible. Some of you, you might have a baby mama, baby daddy here that's feeling like they want to be in control of that narrative with you. You are so blessed and protected, Capricorn. It is beautiful to see it, because they are not winning. All right, so Death card. Why is this card here? So what does my ex want from me or the relationship? What could there be? If there's anything, what would they want? If there isn't a relationship, what would they want from me? Something like that. Okay, just kind of keep that thought in mind. With the Death card, this is a Scorpio energy. Obviously, this is a card of endings that also symbolize transformation here, but we also have an ending to something very significant. All right, so I feel like your ex, even though it goes against every grain of how they are or who they are, may want some type of closure, okay? Or may want to present you a transformed side of themselves. So they may kind of looking at an ending, but they're wanting a successful change moving forward, okay? Now, I'm not saying reconciliation at all. I don't feel like you have any kind of opportunity for that. All the windows, doors, and sealed shut. The chimney, the roof, the fireplace pit, no access, okay? No draft is coming in. You will not allow this person back. We are absolutely in a no contact. However, they want to play something with you here, and they want to say, hey, let's chat. Okay, not a reconciliation, okay? But they want some closure here, and they're struggling with that nonetheless, all right? So, I feel like, this is somebody that still, even if they're transformed in any way, shape, or form, when it comes to like relationships, there could be a phase where this person did kind of go through a self-discovery, which is kind of why you've been out of the picture. So it's something that they had to kind of wake up and realize through kicking and screaming or whatever it is that they were doing here. you know, the balance of the universe played its role here, and I feel like it brought them back to a place where they're realizing some things, and it's not about admitting it to you, but you know, they're like trying. Okay, that's one thing. In terms of like what they want is to kind of maybe demonstrate, show you, prove to you, or somehow have you see that, you know, they're kind of changing their patterns and habits, or they're moving from previous negative patterns or habits. Okay, so this is more about them, like their growth and escape here of how they do things with relationships and transforming. Okay, but if we have a manipulative narcissist, this new transformation, sorry, but it could very well be a new personality or a role that they're kind, you know, it depends on how much, how intense this no contact has been. I mean, there is a lot of arcanas here. So we have the Chariot, we got the Death card. All right, we have the Moon, we have the Hermit, and we have the Hierophant. So there's a lot of thingies here that we're looking at. And you know, they're still struggling post the breakup anyway, in general. All right, and here, you know, this is something that wants to kind of transform into something that can, like, with significant change, but they're still going through their issues with that. So this is where they are in terms of like the relationship. Like them contacting you, even if it's not a reconciliation, them reaching out, anything that reconnects them to you somehow for whatever reason, they cannot be the same old person, because that would absolutely crush, because you're going to be like, wow, you just did not change for whatever the reasons. And it would mean something different to them because of the hell and havoc and the relationship problems that you had before the snow contact. All right. So it's easy for you to pick up on things that they feel is okay and normal because of their patterns and behaviors. It's like the craziest thing. All right. Let's see here. Why is this Five of Swords here? So what are the challenges that this person sees between you and them directly? Okay, Five of Swords appropriately is a card of, again, clashing challenges, problems. So, how freaking appropriate, right? But it's an Aquarius energy. It's also a Venus card. Um, you know, so I don't know, something about Venus with the romance area. This is somebody that really, I feel like, wants to kind of clarify something, but there's just a lot of play here for them. Okay, because this is somebody that, you know, gaslighted. All right, so the challenges here is, you know, being exposed for who they are, because I don't feel like they find themselves able to not be deceitful, okay, or kind of cause conflict. All right, because it's like who they are. So I feel like in terms of the relationship, they look at things that has been like marked by scars and battles. All right, so there's a lot of dishonesty and manipulation involved here. Ironically, but realistically, it's crazy. The Moon and Virgo, and these two, I think, reduce to each other or something like that. The Moon goes down to like a Virgo. I think, yeah, it's 9. Yep. So these cards, in more ways than one, can't ever be more so connected. Even if I didn't try to make it, it is very connected with this person. So there's communication challenges with this person. Okay, so again, it feels here like they try to outsmart you, outwit you. They want to win. They want to fight. Like, you know, even though there's Venus elements here, and you know, the connection, it just feels like this is somebody that was really kind of riding off of your coattails. You know, you brought a lot of comfort, you brought a lot of support, you brought a lot of whatever to their life, and you just made things very comfortable for them in that sense, but they couldn't help themselves. All right, so this is somebody that has, you know, they could have lied, they could have, you know, potential for cheating and lying. Okay, they were not playing nice. All right, so this is somebody that really wanted to hurt you or crush you or put you through some type of a pain or struggle. And I feel like for some of you, this is somebody that if they cheated, and you were sensing it, calling it out, or, you know, arguing over it and ending things over it, it was somebody new. So it was like somebody that they actually like kind of met or saw while like they were talking to you. They were like lying the whole time. Lots of deceitful energy, lots of lies. Okay, unaccountable energy, absolutely horrendous person. I don't like this person. I don't like it at all. But this is what they did, and this is how it is. You know, the Moon here, excuse me. Okay, so this is a water sign again. There's a lot of, you know, illusions with this person. Okay, a lot of illusions. I feel like this is somebody that, you know, has a lot of secrets, hidden fears. All right, very deceptive energy, very, very deceptive energy. And I feel like if you felt that they had cheated on you and all that, They may never have told you. They may have been a coward and walked away, and this is the secret. There's some things, but I feel like you know it already, and they know it. And also part of the reason, like, you are still in no contact, because if they were to ever reach out, that is something that they know. They know they did it. So it's like, what a freaking coward. There's no other way for them to feel like they can kind of redeem themselves. So it's the ultimate, this loyalty betrayal here with this Pisces card. All right. So a lot of emotional avoidance as well in the center of this reading. Okay, so I feel like this is somebody that they don't want to acknowledge, okay, they're part of the deceit of the conflict here. Look at that. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to address it. They want to keep it hidden, okay? Okay, so they feel like they may have really wronged you, or they do know it, but it's just nothing that wants to be acknowledged here with this part. Okay, so they want to keep things in the dark. They want to keep things hidden. They want to keep things secretive. And then look at that, the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy, again, cards of secrecy. Okay, so there's a fear here with this person. All right, there's somebody, they're very scared of exposure, of being you realizing you were right all along about them. Okay, so this is somebody that I feel like, in terms of like their hidden intentions or what they're afraid to say out loud, I feel like, they want, their intention is to reconnect, but I feel like maybe because they're scared, they're lonely, nobody's talking to them, maybe they're not in a good place in their life, social settings right now. And again, you bring that emotional comfort that, they can't find anywhere else for them anyway. So I feel like this is somebody that wants to kind of, again, because they use you, they're a narcissist. Okay, oh my gosh, they would rather connect to you, they miss connecting to you if they don't, because you would give them those comforts, but they were not coming from a genuine place. It was just to comfort their feelings, their fear, their ego. They could call you crying, worry. It's about how you make them feel. Okay, and so this is something that they're actually, struggling with in the general sense. They don't want to ever admit to that, but that is very, very true. And I feel like this is something that you could also have been awakened to or aware of with this person along your journey here of, like, waking up to this energy. Okay, some of you may be asleep in this connection or relationship for a little bit, in the sense that, you were seeing a relationship through romantically or with passion and positivity, and so you didn't catch, you may not have caught a lot of, like, this big ball of, like, disaster person. It's wild. It's wild. The Hierophant here, okay, Capricorn. So in terms of their next moves, will they ever reach out? Is there ever a thought of it? Let's just explore, see. Okay, so I feel like, again, this is a card, it's a Taurus energy. It's a card that likes to break a lot from tradition in the reverse, or expected behavior. So this is somebody that's still in their kind of rebellion stage. They still have not changed with the Chariot here. All right, they come through very hot-headed. All right, so they'd rather do things in very unconventional, unpredictable ways, so that, you should never expect a phone call unless they do it, and that's unpredictable. Like, they never want to be taken for the patterns. Okay, they don't want to ever be hooked by somebody, which is really weird. Okay, they have a complex way of seeing relationships. I feel like, in terms of, like, their next moves, okay, so they are probably going to stay with the no contact, because they want to maintain control of this narrative. They don't want to break it. They don't want to lose. I don't know why this is somebody they're not connected with their heart at all whatsoever right now. And I feel like this is somebody, unless there's a way to reach out to manipulate the situation, they're not going to do so. So they can't be, it's not like a straightforward approach for them. It would signify that you were right about a lot of things. It would also signify that they were being exposed for the fact that they need you, they've used you. I mean, it will be like like, oh my god, a death blow to their ego. Yeah, you've served a serious death blow to their ego. So it's just like, wow, really weird, like, intense. So the five of five again, the Five of Wands here in the reverse. Okay, so what don't you see coming with or without them in the picture, in terms of, like, things about them? Okay, so this is somebody, again, like, very intense, a lot of anger, or kind of temper style issues. Okay, so there could be a lot of tension here. I feel like, you might not even be the center of their problems anymore, because you're out of the picture, of course. So you're not, so they can't throw blame at you, they can't lash out, they can't do anything, and they're still having those problems. Okay, but with other people. It doesn't even have to be like love relationships, but in love relationships, they're still messing it up. They're not doing things right. Okay. So this is somebody that wants to stop the fighting, okay, but there's no clear direction. There's no clear direction for it. There's no clear way ahead for it yet. All right. So I feel like this is somebody that could somehow there could be some like some potential for like desire for peace, just to say hey, but they're not doing it anytime soon. They're not reaching out, okay? So I don't feel like this is somebody that wants to deal with confrontations. They don't like to be confronted, and you are a very direct energy for them. So it's like you really put them through like karmic cleansings, I guess, Capricorn. All right, so the Seven of Cups here, Capricorn, for what is the best way forward overall? I feel like the biggest message here is not getting lost in fantasy, okay, with this person or in general, or what could have been with your ex anymore. I feel like you're, focusing more on your desires and aspirations. You have a lot of opportunities in front of you, a lot of love options, a lot of, exciting things. It's more about choosing what you want. A lot of you, when it comes to love and relationships, it could be that, you have so many opportunities. You have like opportunity to have a job, to transfer, to move, to perhaps start your own business. There's a lot of things here going on for you. I feel like, it's about choosing what truly resonates with your heart over what might be illusions. Because this person really kind of served a lot of illusions and a lot of fantasy and a lot of all talk, no action stories and hopes and things. And again, while you may have been riding the cloud of just being in a relationship with this person had ulterior motives and intentions. So their intention was never to kind of have a meaningful long-term or even a meaningful relationship. There's a lot of like problems with them, quite a bit, to be honest. Okay, so there's a lot of, yeah, psychological is what I kept feeling like. There's a lot of psychological issues, psychological problems, or manipulation, psychological manipulation. Okay, so I feel like they're still at a crossroads with dealing with the end of something. Something may have ended in their life, or they're trying to get over something. And again, this is somebody that has never been able to perhaps get over something that's happened, maybe past karmic relationship. Maybe somebody has put out some kind of like a spell or some type of a wish or something, or just maybe the karmically, sorry, I have deliveries coming through, so I'm getting notifications, but karmically speaking, this is somebody that had to wake up to all of this. It's like it's time. So there's a lot that they're going through. All right, so but they're not necessarily in a rush to reignite the anything right now, but I feel like it's because you have them completely turned off. Like, no way. Like, ain't no way. Like, you better have, like, I don't even know what would constitute an actual contact with me, because you can't. There's no reason for you to call me. That's the energy I'm talking about, this whole reading, Capricorn. I hope you found this reading exciting, meaningful for you, and informative. I hope it resonated for you. So, I will see you guys soon. Well, maybe not soon because I just started with you. So I'll see you 11 readings later from now. Happy holidays, happy new year if you're reading this or here for any of this. I sincerely love and appreciate you all so much. Thank you for making this year very possible for me. I did grow on YouTube, but I did have a lot of health issues, and I was in a lot of, I had surgeries and things like that, and then I actually got sick with the flu for like a month. Actual flu is what they said. So my voice and everything. So thank you for just writing this year out with me. I'm hoping next year we'll have a lot more fun. I have a lot of things excited things I'm planning. So yeah, all right. So I love you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.